GTA Online just released a brand new update in GTA 5 called Bottom Dollar Bounties. And today I'm going to be going through all the different changes, additions, and buildings, customizations, all that fun stuff with you guys right now. Let's jump into it. So one of the first things that's probably going to happen once you load into GTA 5, you're going to get a phone call. You probably already get 5 phone calls every single time like me, but you're going to get one from one specific lady, and her name is Mode or whatever. I can't quite remember what her name is, but she is from GTA 5 and she's done bounties and stuff like that. You're able to work with her through GTA Online. You've been able to do stuff with her before, but she's going to prompt you to head on over to the internet. You're going to head over to money and services and you're going to look at the foreclosures. Okay. You're gonna be looking at the bail offices. So right now there are currently 5 bail offices that you can purchase in order to do the bounty missions and everything. And one appears up north at 1.6 and everything below down south is around 2 million, which in my opinion, way too expensive. That's absurd. I mean, to be fair, that's probably like 2 Cayo Perico heists, but come on, man. For these missions, that's a lot. 2.6, 2.3, 2 million for the one down by the airport, which is pretty decent, and then 2.3 for the one over by the beach. Still, in my opinion, pretty crazy priced. So what's going to happen? Obviously, you're going to purchase those. You're going to go through a bunch of different cutscenes, and then you're going to be able to do the bottom dollar bounties. One thing I really do like about the DLC, though, is that they've added a most wanted bounty, essentially. So what that is, that's kind of like the big prize pool that resets each day. And I've seen people saying that it ranges anywhere from 100 to 130,000 each time you complete the mission. And people are saying that the missions could take anywhere from 10 to 20 minutes to complete, which in my opinion, that's not bad. That's pretty decent money. You're going to have to obviously put up that upfront charge of 2 million, but then you're gonna have to come back and do the rest of the missions to like, I mean, you're going to have to do probably 20 of those, maybe 200. I don't know the math. I'm dumb. But you have to do the math and you have to get that back. And it's going to take quite a bit to even do that in the first place. And then there are 3 standard targets that become available also. And those ones are probably a lot easier than the most wanted. And those are obviously for a smaller amount of money. And they reset, I think, every like 20 or 30 minutes or something like that. The cool thing is that you can actually purchase agents, much like the auto shop where you can kind of buy mechanics and they'll go do stuff for you when you complete the starting costs and stuff like that. You'll have agents that'll also go out and do bounties for you and bring you back money. Obviously, there's going to be a certain charge for that where you're going to like lose a little bit of money on that, but that's completely up to you and how you want to run your business and if that's what makes sense for you. One thing that I also think is super interesting is that the business comes with an armored van. It can be upgraded, add armor, add all sorts of different customizations to it, which is just another really cool addition to the customizations for this game. Let's go through the different customizations for these buildings. Let's say I do bail offices. Let's do the most expensive one, 2.6. There are quite a few different customizations, criminal patterns and courtroom teak. In my opinion, the criminal patterns is pretty cool. These are the different agents you could buy. Too busy defending yourself in court to catch criminals all day, then hire skilled enforcement agents to carry out some work on the side. Give the responsibility, take the profits. You can have up to 2 different agents. That's going to put you up at a charge of 1.5 million. That's crazy. You can also have personal quarters, which if you don't know what personal quarters are, if for any business building that you have, you won't be able to spawn in it until you have the personal quarters. That's the big difference. 295,000. That's not bad. It depends on where you want to have a spawn point in the game, I think. Gun locker. Every place should have a gun locker. Customize your guns easier. It makes your life so much easier. And then armor plating for the van. This is that van that I was talking about earlier. You know your declassing needs armor plating because rule number 1 in the bounty hunters code of conduct is every life is precious if their bounty is high enough. So let's say you go through and do all that stuff. You're looking at $4.84 million just to put up for the business. And that's obviously maxed out doing the different customizations that you want. There are different buildings that you can do, but you're probably at the end all be all. If you want to do the full upgrades at the smaller or the bigger one, you're looking at anywhere from probably like $2.5 to $4.4 million for this business. Now let's get to the most important part of this DLC in my opinion, and that's the vehicles. So let's start first and foremost with Legendary Motorsport. All right, you've got the Invitero Coquette D1. This is a pretty cool car in my opinion. It's based off of the Corvette C1, the original Corvette that you can get. Fun fact, my grandma had one. This is a pretty cool car for them to add in. Obviously, there's a lot of other Coquettes, but the Coquette D1, 1.5 million. It's based off of the C1 Corvette. Pretty cool car. I like this. If you're a classic car connoisseur for GTA 5, this is probably one of your go-tos. Now, this is the Euros X32, okay? $1.5 million roughly. Obviously, you're missing $1,000 there, but this is a car that I've actually been looking forward to in GTA Online. It's based off a real life Nissan 300ZX, which a lot of people would consider a crappy car, but it's a show car, and it honestly, it's beautiful. I'm really looking forward to getting this car and doing some pretty crazy stuff with it. Then you have the Ubermacht Niobe. Okay, this car, I mean, looking at it, it's pretty obvious what it is, right? It's a BMW i8. There's like no doubt about it that the one thing I love about Ubermacht is they're like the way that they build these cars, there's no shame in just being like taking the BMW model and just like slapping it in a GTA Online. I love it. It's beautiful. I am curious though, is this going to be an electric car? It says it's a super fluid hybrid tech, probably an electric car, which in my opinion, I'm not a super fan of electric cars in GTA 5, but I'm curious to see how the performance is going to be and if it stacks up against these other cars. Up next, you have the Anus Paragon S, which obviously Enus, whatever you want to call it, Anus. And this is based off a Bentley, it says a Moliner Batur. I don't know what that car is. I probably said it incorrectly. Not super into these kind of cars. The Paragons aren't my favorite in my opinion. They sound gross. They don't have a lot of customizations. Am I gonna buy this one? Probably not. But if you're into these kind of cars and you want to look good, and I think it can do a Monty Tech, yeah. So you can get like armor plating and all sorts of different crazy stuff with it. This is your car, man. Now, this is a car that I did not expect for them to add into GTA Online. It caught me completely out of left field. But it's the Botttom Envisage 2.472, and it's based off the Hyundai Envision 74. When I first saw this car, the concept car from Hyundai, I fell in love with it. And for them to add it into GTA Online, this is without a doubt a cop for me. I'm going to buy this bad boy. I'm going to customize it. It's going to be one of my favorite cars. And honestly, best part is it's got a Monty Tech upgrades available on it. Armor plating, probably some crazy other stuff that you can add to it. I'm really excited to customize this car. Out of all the cars that have been added into this DLC, this is my favorite. This is my absolute go-to. So freaking cool. I think my favorite thing about this is actually the wheels. I'm not going to change the wheels. We'll do bulletproof tires, but I'm keeping those wheels. There's no chance I'm changing those. Those are sick. High top speed, slow acceleration, low braking, and high traction. I know that it's supposed to be an electric car in real life. I'm curious to see if they've actually done that in GTA Online. We'll have to find out. Alrighty, let's head on over to Southern San Andreas now. We only have one other new car over here, and it's this DeClasse Yosemite 1500, which is based off of a first-gen Chevy Silverado. It's pretty obvious. I'm not super into these trucks, these like classic trucks like this one specifically. They're just like old trucks that I used to see around town. Not a huge fan of it. I am curious to see what the customizations are for these though. That is going to play a big factor into whether I buy this one or not. All right, so this is one that also caught me out of left field. They added a bunch of new cop cars. All right, we have the Greenwood Cruiser, which is like a super classic, oh, so sick cop car. Pretty cool. Pretty dope. 3.682. And then you have the Dorado Cruiser, which if you guys know me, I'm not a huge fan of the Dorado in this game, but it's just another cop car. 3.753, and that's after you do the missions and everything for dispatch work, which is just insane. Then you got the Impaler SC Cruiser, which has been added, and again, 4.7 and 3.5. I don't think that these cars are worth getting. Any of the cop cars, in my opinion, are so expensive and they're extremely overrated. Unless you're looking to do RP and GTA Online, I'm honestly, I don't think you make a lot of money from these either. In my opinion, it's just not worth it. It's crazy. One other thing that they added is they've added, I think, over 200 new items of clothing into the game. So let's head over to a clothing store and see what that's all about. Let's see. Party onesies. Okay, so these are some new outfits. $100,000 for these, by the way, for these little onesies, which, I mean, they're pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie. But these are some of the new pieces of outfits. These are some of the new pieces. I'm so tired. These are some of the new outfits you can get. I actually do like this white one. It's pretty sick. And it kind of seems like that's just about it. There's nothing else in terms of outfits that you can really add, which, man, that's kind of crazy. My overall opinion about the new DLC, if you have that extra 2 mil that you want to drop on the business and you want to like try out some new missions, sure. I think that there are so many other things that you can do in GTA Online right now that I'm going to wait personally for the bottom dollar bounties DLC to go on clearance or discount, whatever you want to call it. And I'm going to probably cop it around then. In the meantime, I'm definitely going to get that new car, the Hyundai concept car. I'm going to grab that bad boy. That's going to be absolutely worth it. It's going to be so sick to drive that thing around. It's going to be so fun. Guys, comment down below, though. I do want to know your guys' opinions on these new GTA 5 DLCs and kind of see if there's anything that they could be adding. And in your opinions, what should we be seeing next? I want to see more races. I want some more cars, some more stunt races. I would love a fun stunt race DLC again. Bring back Cunning Stunts Part 2 or something. Just something. Let's have some fun with that. Videos are popping up on the screen right now, including the last time that I did GTA 5 here on this channel. A video to recommend specifically for you. Make sure you guys subscribe, click that bell icon. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.